Good evening y bienvenidos to Chicago Tonight, Latino Voices. I'm Hugo Balta, WTTW News Director and your host. On the show tonight, if you're like me, going to Little Village is a treat because of its reputation for being the place to go in Chicago for Mexican culture and commerce. But is it changing?
People's lives, like all their life, like us. We've been here more than 30 years.
I speak with members of the community who are fighting to retain their cultural identity.
There's this thing of like, I'm always very visible in my community because I stand out for being queer.
Tomorrow's National Coming Out Day. We'll hear a personal story about turning a negative into a positive to make sure young LGBTQ Latinos have role models. In my house, we often start conversation in English y lo terminamos en español. We'll introduce you to a new author of a children's bilingual book celebrating diversity and her business in building bridges between cultures through artisan crafts like this cute little cuy.
Listen to the public health experts that say to do things like wear a mask.
That's good advice. Alice Cetrini gives us la última palabra, the last word on closing the health disparity gap for Latinos. Those stories and more in a moment, but first, stories making headlines this week. Republican Governor of Puerto Rico, Wanda Vázquez-Garcet, endorses President Donald Trump for a second term in office. In an interview with Telemundo, Vázquez-Garcet says, I ask all Puerto Ricans who are listening to me to go vote and evaluate who has represented themselves as someone who thinks about Puerto Ricans and their needs in the most difficult moment. It's Donald Trump. Governor Vázquez-Garcet isn't an elected governor. She assumed the office last year after weeks of political turmoil following the resignation of Ricardo Rosselló. She lost a primary bid for an elected term this past August. Omar Torres Courtwright of the Segundo Ruiz Belvis Cultural Center says he doesn't see the governor's endorsement moving the needle for President Trump with Puerto Rican voters.
Who wants an endorsement from a governor that was not elected, that could not convince her own party to win the primary, that can't convince her own party to approve somebody, and that has done a terrible job in the recovery of Puerto Rico, terrible job in the recovery after the earthquakes? It just feels like a very desperate attempt to me.
Mm-hmm.
Chase Bank is committing $600 million to mortgage lending in Black and brown communities in Chicago over the next 5 years, a 60% increase. The bank says it's part of a nationwide effort promising $30 billion to address what it says are the greatest causes of the racial wealth divide. The bank plans to promote homeownership, grow Black and Latino-owned businesses, and increase access to banking in those communities. This comes after reporting by WBEZ and City Bureau on disparities in mortgage lending. Reports showed that the bank sent roughly 80% of its home purchase lending dollars to white communities in Chicago, and just 2% to Black communities and 5% to Latino communities. Chase says the reporting and activism around played a role in their new initiative. Mental health services should be easier to access for some communities as the city announces an $8 million grant to expand trauma-informed care. The grant will be split by 32 community-based organizations on the south and west sides. The Chicago Department of Public Health says an additional $1.6 million will be provided holistic health care services for people experiencing homelessness. Public Health Commissioner Dr. Allison Arwardi says the majority of organizations receiving funding provide these resources to young people.
94% of these centers of care are also planning to expand mental health services for children, adolescents, and young adults. So important when we're thinking about prevention and early intervention around mental health.
And be sure to head to our website, WTTW.com/news, for news and information happening right now. Up next, fears over displacement. We visit Little Village.
Chicago Tonight, Latino Voices, is made possible in part by CIBC.
Chicago's Little Village neighborhood, La Villita, is known as the epicenter of Mexican culture and commerce for the entire Midwest. But after a developer purchased a neighborhood plaza earlier this year, some residents and business owners are concerned the fabric of the community could be at risk. The Little Village Plaza on 26th Street has long been an anchor of this Southwest Side community. It houses taquerias, a Walgreens, a bakery, and sits next to the neighborhood's front door, the Bienvenidos a Little Village arch. It's also home to an expansive discount mall, where for decades small business owners have sold everything from jewelry to instruments to party supplies and even exotic birds.
This is a Hispanic community, so anything you want, like from Mexico, sorry, you'll find here. So it's like a lot of items you cannot get anywhere easily, you know, and people know that, and they come straight to here to find those things. And it's people's lives, like all their life, like us. We've been here more than 30 years.
Daisy Reyes and her family run IMEX Imports in the mall, selling sombreros, soccer shirts, shoes, a little bit of everything. But Reyes and her neighbors are now concerned their livelihood could be under threat from possible redevelopment. Business owners in this shopping center in Little Village, La Villita, are concerned that soon it'll be a thing of the past. Places where you can find unique products like this sneaker with the stamps of La Loteria Mexicana. But these are more than just shopping centers for the community. They're gathering places where they maintain their culture. Earlier this year, the mall and plaza were purchased by Novak Construction, a developer that has a history of converting properties into big box stores like Costco. In a statement, Novak said, although rumors and misinformation have surrounded the plaza for months, the owners wish to convey that there will be no redevelopment plans this year as they seek to understand the market and the neighborhood better. The company says it recognizes the plaza as a staple of the 26th Street shopping district and plans to bring, quote, much needed care and attention to a property it says has long been neglected. But some mall vendors remain skeptical and say redevelopment could hasten gentrification and displacement in Little Village. One of them is Cocoy Malagron. For 11 years, she sold quinceañera dresses and all kinds of clothing at her shop, Source Fashion. In recent months, she's also become a leader in the movement to keep the mall running as is.
Target, Costco, y nosotros nos preguntamos, ¿realmente la comunidad necesita eso? Nosotros somos un concepto único que emplea a más de 400 personas. Entonces nos preguntamos, ¿una caja Target va a ofrecer esos empleos?
For Malagón and other vendors, the discount mall goes beyond a place to make a living. It represents their roots in Latin American culture and the lives they created in the United States.
Entonces, cuando tú llegas a este lugar, te sientes identificado. Te olvidas de que estás en Estados Unidos. Sientes que estás en tu país, te da una nostalgia y te sientes muy cómodo. Entonces, nosotros lo que queremos es mantener el concepto. Nosotros no nos oponemos al progreso. Queremos ser incluidos en el progreso. Nuestra pregunta es, ¿por qué no podemos ser incluidos en ese progreso?
And for more on that story, visit our website, wttw.com/news. Tomorrow, October 11th, is National Coming Out Day, an annual awareness day to celebrate the act of, quote, coming out, or publicly sharing one's sexual orientation or gender identity. It's often a joyful celebration, but this year's Coming Out Day is happening at an uncertain time for the LGBTQ community as the balance of the Supreme Court may tilt rightward if conservative judge Amy Coney Barrett is confirmed for the empty seat. Here to talk about how they're ensuring Latino LGBTQ youth can find role models in their communities are Alberto Mendoza, founder of Honor 41, a nonprofit organization highlighting the contributions of Latinx LGBTQ role models. He's also the current executive director of the National Association of Hispanic Journalists. And Antonio Santos, director of the Gage Park Latinx Council and 2020 Honor 41 inductee. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Alberto, let's start with you. The number 41 can be used in a cruel way in Mexico. Can you tell us about the story of the term and why it became part of the name of your organization?
Sure. And actually, it's interesting enough, there's going to be a movie that comes out next month on the 119th anniversary. There was a moment in Mexican history where in 1901, November 18th, 1901, a group of men were having a dance, 42 of them, half dressed as women, half dressed as men. And eventually, at this private gathering, the cops come in, beat them all up and throw them in jail. One of them was the son-in-law of the then Mexican president, Porfirio Diaz. So they released him, and the remaining 41 were eventually disappeared for being gay, beaten up, jailed, and basically, again, disappeared. So Honor 41 is actually really kind of looking back at that history and reclaiming the number, because for 100 and many, many years, that number has been used as a negative tag. And actually, that was my experience when I was 14 years old. Kids that I thought were my friends nicknamed me 41. And I didn't know the meaning of that until my dad heard them calling me that. I knew then what it meant, but I still didn't know the history. And 28 years later, I finally heard the history about that story. And that motivated me to launch Honor 41, Honor 41, to reclaim, educate others about our history, but more importantly, celebrate who we are today, because many people end up telling our stories and they tell it wrong. And so for us to be able to help youth come out with knowing that there are role models out there will allow them to make a process that's usually a challenging one a little bit easier.
Yeah, turning a negative into a positive. And thank you very much, Alberto, for sharing your personal story. Now tell us, how are each year's inductees selected?
Well, we start with about 200 people, and we look at a couple filters, 5 basic filters. We look at geography, we look at age. They have to be LGBTQ, of course. They have different Latino experience, geography, I think I mentioned, and just that they're role models, that they're living their lives authentic. So there are a lot of leaders, but we mostly just want to make sure that we really exemplify and put a spotlight on people that are doing some great things, being authentic, being themselves, but also contributing to their community. And so Antonio is one of those people that really just stood out because of what he's already been doing at such a young age. And you only get to see a sense of that from a distance until you have that conversation about what it means to come out, what were the challenges, what were the surprises, what were the support mechanisms, and really just giving that child or that kid that's coming out a little bit of hope that their life can look like that, or my life, or I look like them, therefore I can relate. And it's also turned out to be something that not only for youth, but people my age and older are finding that source of pride and sharing their stories. And surprisingly enough, the parents of the kids, like Antonio's age and others, are looking at these videos and are thinking, okay, my kid's gonna be okay. And
absolutely, and let's talk to Antonio. Antonio, congratulations. You're one of the 2 inductees from Chicago on the 2020 list of 41. What did it mean for you to be inducted this year? Tell us a little bit about when you heard that you were going to be inducted. What were you thinking? What were you feeling? What does this recognition mean to you?
Yeah. So I was really excited to hear that I was chosen to be inducted into this year's 41, considering that it's a national list, and like you said, 1 of 2 in Chicago. I grew up on the southwest side of Chicago in a Latinx community called Gage Park. It's 92% Latinx. And there wasn't a lot of queer representation here growing up. So to be inducted and to be named as a role model and show folks that come from communities like mine on the southwest side of Chicago that you can be visible, you can be authentic, you can live your life is really important to me.
Antonio, let's talk a little bit about the term Latinx. It's a relatively newcomer to the community. Your organization, Gage Park Latinx Council, includes that term, but some people feel it's divisive. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so some people do feel it's divisive, and that is their opinion. We use the term Latinx because we feel it is an inclusive way to include all folks that sometimes we don't associate with Latino identity. For instance, non-binary folks, queer folks, trans folks, Afro-Latinos. We know that Latinx folks come in all shades and orientations, and we feel that the X in that is meant for inclusivity and to show that we are challenging the binary.
Alberto, with the Supreme Court seat in the balance now, are you concerned about the erosion of LGBTQ rights?
Well, yes, but we've also been living that already. I mean, this administration has done so much to hurt all the progress that's been made. And granted, Obama wasn't perfect, but what's happened under this administration has really pushed things back, especially for the trans community. So we are very, very concerned. And the thing that we just want to make sure is that people get out to vote and exercise that privilege, whether you call yourself Latinx or Latino or Latina or Hispanic or Latino. What we need to do more than anything at this time is to unite in really taking back the opportunity for us to preserve our rights and to also just inspire one another to be unified in a time where we need to be most.
Alberto, Antonio, thank you for sharing your stories. Truly, turning a negative into a positive again, owning that negative turn of 41 and using it to inspire generations of LGBTQ youth. Thank you for your time and your insights.
Thank you both. Thank you for having us.
Likewise.
Y to mi hijita Isabela, happy Coming Out Day. Up next, building bridges through artisan crafts. But first, we're in the last week of Hispanic Heritage Month. But why does it start and end in the middle of the month? The nature of today's home goods industry makes it easy to forget that many home decor items, from stuffed animals to holiday decorations, are made by people, and those people are often exploited for their labor. Our next guest, Rosa Chan Claro, wants a better choice for Chicagoans looking to spruce up their homes. Her company, Blossom Inspirations, offers home products that she says respect not only the people who made them, but also the cultures that inspire them. Bienvenida, Rosa, al programa.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, Hugo?
Muy bien.
¿Qué dices?
Now tell us, Blossom Inspirations operates on a fair trade model. What is fair trade and why do you think it's so important?
Well, fair trade is a movement, and also there is a big nonprofit organization that is Chicago Fair Trade, right, that has the mission to reduce poverty around the world, right, promoting diversity, inclusion, an eco-friendly planet, and empowering women, and offering a fair wage for the artisans, right? They want to educate also consumers in terms of how our products that they buy can impact other people's life, right? Where are the products coming from, and how can we support artisans or persons in vulnerable conditions in other part of the world?
And it's wonderful. I love how it builds bridges between the artisans and the communities that consume them. Now, you have a few examples of those products you sell. Can you show us a little bit of some of the ones that you have?
Yeah, absolutely. We work with the line of alpaca fur toys. This is the llama corn, based on the love of the unicorn and the llama. We have also masks. We need masks, right? So this is the scenes from Peru. We also work with gourds. So here is a skyline from Chicago. And we also have ornaments for holiday season made by recycled horn. All of our products are made in Peru and Mexico, working directly with Peruvian and Mexican artisans, supporting them with designs, color, patterns, and giving them access to other markets.
Now, you and I share in that we're both Peruvian Americans, but we're also bilingual, bicultural. Now, you've written a bilingual children's book, Cuyita Wants to Know the World. And what I like about it is it's in English and Spanish, and very often in households like ours, comenzamos la conversación en español, and then we finish it in English. Tell us about the book's inspiration.
Correct. This is the book that I created. I started writing the book last year, and the idea was to help our kids to continue in the language of Spanish and English. So we all, every night we read to our kids in English and in Spanish. And additional to that, we decided to create with the artisans these toys, right? And promote diversity, inclusion, and also empowering women. So the books open the conversation for that, and also has some scenes in terms of some scenes and also traditional animals from Peru in order to promote culture and traditional animals, and also from Mexico, the monarch butterflies. So we incorporate a QR code. Like, I think that technology is a driver for inclusion. So in the QR code, you can see the artists and how they made the cuyita, that is the main character of this book. Everything is in English and in Spanish. And honestly, I didn't imagine that I'm going to publish this book in the middle of this crisis, but it's going to be my COVID response in order to support artisans with basic needs during this pandemic. We recently received the bless from the Pope Francis, el Papa Francisco.
Excelente. You know, building bridges through literature and also artisan decorations. Rosa Chan Claro, muchas gracias por tu tiempo.
Thank you so much. Gracias, Hugo.
Up next, the last word, La Ultima Palabra, but first to Brandis Friedman with a look at what's on tap for tomorrow.
Hugo, we've got a great show tomorrow. We'll talk about the power of black women at the ballot box, plus a throwback with the late funny man Bernie Mac, and we'll take a bite out of some black-owned restaurants. Tomorrow night at 6 on Chicago Tonight, Black Voices.
And finally tonight, now more than ever, we've seen how healthcare outcomes are dramatically affected by race and economic class. Alice Cetrini of the Mary and Michael J. Harris Health Law Institute gives us La Ultima Palabra on what we all can do to create healthier homes and communities.
My name is Alice Cetrini. I'm the Executive Director for the J. Harris Health Law Institute at DePaul University College of Law. In my job, I work with law students, lawyers, researchers, and advocates, really to try and improve health outcomes for everybody. One of the things that struck me through the course of my work is that folks who are members of certain communities, for example, Latinx community, they have these health disparities. That means they're more likely to get sick, and they're more likely to get sicker from certain diseases. COVID-19 really provided a very clear example of health disparities in both the Black and Latinx communities, especially here in Chicago. There's a lot of data that shows that, you know, where everything else is the same, if you are Black or Latinx, you're going to be more likely to contract the disease. And if you do contract the disease, it's more likely to be severe, and your outcomes are likely to be worse. So for example, folks in the Latinx community are more likely to work in jobs where they're not able to work from home. We are those frontline workers, we're working in the grocery stores, we're working in factories, and we're just more likely to be exposed to more people. We're also less likely to be insured and more likely to be underinsured than other folks. This makes it more difficult for us to engage in things that are protective of our health, like primary care, getting regular checkups, getting things like flu shots. So for those reasons, we have these outcomes that are disparate. So, you know, what can we do as individuals to really try and address those health disparities? Well, first, we can listen to the science and listen to the data and listen to the public health experts that say to do things like wear a mask, that say, you know, like we can practice good hand hygiene. We can get our flu shot. Right now is the time to be getting the flu shot. We can also reach out to our elected officials and really push for policy changes that will get at those systemic and structural barriers that keep our communities from achieving optimum health, like, you know, health insurance for everyone, paid sick leave, more green space so that we can get out, we can exercise within our communities. So those are some of the policy advocacy changes, as well as the individual steps people can take to really address health outcomes.
As we close the show, we want to take 1 minute to remind you that the news and information you rely on here at WTTW is made possible with the support of viewers like you. Here's how you can help.
Chicago is a city of neighborhoods, the places we call home. WTTW News and Chicago Tonight report the stories that drive our communities. We shed light on the issues that impact your life. Our news team is dedicated to bringing you fair and fact-based local news that empowers you. It's the reliable information you need to make decisions when it matters most. Our independent journalism is always free and available to every Chicagoan, both on air and online. This essential community news service is only possible with your support. Please consider becoming a member of WTTW. It's quick and easy to join, and you can contribute at any level that's comfortable for you. All donations are welcome, and every dollar makes a difference. After joining, you can choose your thank you gift. Your generous support will help keep trusted, independent journalism on public television. Thank you for your support.
And that's our show for this Saturday night. Join Brandis Friedman tomorrow night for Chicago Tonight, Black Voices. For all of us here at Chicago Tonight, Latino Voices, I'm Hugo Balta. Thank you for sharing part of your weekend with us. Stay healthy, stay safe. Muy buenas noches.
Closed captioning is made possible by Robert A. Clifford and Clifford Law Offices, representing dozens of families in the crash of a Boeing 737 MAX 8 jet. Mr. Clifford has been named lead counsel in litigation in federal court in Chicago.